Hello, friends. Hope you all are doing good. So today in our lecture, we'll be learning about Laravel routing. So firstly, let's see what exactly the routes are. So the routes are the URL schema which is used for making request to our web application. They are a combination of HTTP verbs. So this HTTP verbs, we also refer to the HTTP request methods like get, post, put and delete, etc. So the routes are the combination of HTTP verbs and the path pattern defined in the URLs. Which so each route has a handler associated with it. So what is the function of this handler? This handler is responsible for performing actions and sending back the HTTP response. This whole concept of sending request to a route, processing it, and returning back a response is called the routing. Now let's see this in action. So here in our project directory, let's go to routes and web.php. So we can see there is a default route. So let's create another route which is of get type. Let's say user, and we'll pass a handler function, and let's say it returns a name John. Let's try browsing it. See, we got John here. So here dash user along with the get request method is called a route, and for handling this route we are having a handler function. So this function is returning John as a response. So this was what we discussed in our previous slide, and I think now we are ready to dive deeper and learn more about Laravel routing. So basically we write our routes in two files, the web.php and the api.php. The routes present in the web.php are the routes which we use for our web interface. That means it supports features like session, CSRF token, etc. And the routes which we write in our api.php file are stateless routes. That means they do not support the session state. So now let's learn how do we write the routes in our Laravel application. So for writing the routes, we first use the route facade. So the facades in Laravel are the static interfaces for all the classes present in our Laravel service container. So don't worry, we'll study later in this course regarding the facades and the service containers. So we use the route facade, and after that we write the HTTP verb, which may be like get or post. We are using get here, and within this method we'll be passing two parameters. One is the URI, which could be like posts, and the next parameter could be a closure function or a controller method, which we'll do later in this video. So the HTTP verbs which we can use with our routes are post, get, delete, patch, put, and options. For this video we'll be mostly using the get request method, and rest of the methods we'll be learning as we go with our tutorials. Now the second thing which comes to our mind is, if we want to return the page of our application, so how we will write the route. For this we can refer to our default route. So if we pass only a forward slash or an empty string to our route, in this case we'll be getting our home page. See, our home page is rendered. It is our wish if we want to put the forward slash or not. I prefer to put the forward slash. Controller. So what if we want to use a controllers method for our route? So for this, first we have to create a controller. So we'll be creating a controller. Let's call it a post controller. So our controller is created successfully. Now you can see the post controller is here. Let's create a method for this controller. Let's name it post name, and we'll simply return a name. That's it. Now for calling this method from our route, what we will do is we'll create a route. Let it be a get route. Let its name be post name, and next we will pass an array. First parameter will be the controller class, and the second parameter will be its method. So for that, let's use our controller and our post controller. Now we can use this controller here as our first parameter and its method, which is post name, as a second parameter. Now let's go to the browser and hit this route. See, we got my post. So what our router did is it saw this post name route, found this route here in the web.php file, then found this controller, which is the post controller, and then found its post name method, which is here, and then it executed this function which returned my post, which we can see here. It's the routing parameters in Laravel. So for this we'll be removing all these routes, and let's create a new route and name it person, and this will simply return a string person. So if we want to pass some parameters to this route, what we will do is we will be passing the parameters within the curly braces. Let's name our first parameter as name, and this parameter will be found in our callback function like this. And now we can use this parameter here in our function. Person name is name. Let's execute this. Person name is name. Sorry, I have to. Let's call it John. So the person name is John. Now we can pass as many parameters as we want, like age, and those parameters will be available for us in our function in the same sequence like this. So we can use this parameter also, and his age is Now let's give some age also. So person name is John and his age is 24. So we can pass optional parameters also in our routes, which we can do just by placing a question mark after the name of the parameter. So here in this case, the age would not be mandatory to be provided in the URI. In this case, we can pass a default value for our parameter and our function. Let's test this and let's not pass the age. Okay. The person name is John and his age is, which we have not passed, and if we pass the age, then it will take the age. So like this we pass the optional parameters to our routes. So next comes the name routes. So in Laravel we have a feature where we can name our routes. For this, let's create two more routes. Route 1 and route 2. So for giving a name to this route, we will call a chain method name and pass any name for this route, like route 1. Similarly, we will give a name to this route also, route 2. So for getting the URL of the named routes, Laravel provides a helper function which is route, and within the function we'll pass the parameter as the name of the route. Let's echo it and let's go to this route. See, we got the URL of this route. And for redirecting to a named route, we can simply use the redirect helper provided by the Laravel, which is return redirect, and pass the route name like this. Let's redirect it to the route 2. Let's echo route. Okay, refresh. See, we are redirected to the route 2. So why this route naming is necessary? In my opinion, many times we need to change our URIs to some new URI. So in this case, what we will need to do is we will need to change everywhere in our application where we are using this route. So we can avoid this by using the route names. See, now I have changed the URI, but I have the same route name. So when I redirect it, when I run our route 1, see, I am redirected to the new URI which I changed for the route 2. In this way we can use the route names provided by Laravel. I missed in the route names, which is if a route contains some parameters, so how are we going to provide these parameters in the route name? So for this, let's name this route as person. For getting this route's URI, let's remove this and use our route helper and pass our name, which is person, and after that we'll be passing an array which will contain all the values of our parameters. So our first parameter is name, and we'll pass its value like John, and the second parameter is age, and we'll pass its value as 24. So when we will echo this route, it will create a URL for us for this route with name as John and age as 24. Let's run this. We got our person John and 24, which is our this route with the parameters. So next comes the route grouping. So why this grouping is necessary? Sometimes we have many routes which share some similar properties, some common properties like middlewares or names or prefixes. So for this we can group our routes in Laravel by using the group method. So for this what we will do is route group, and this group will have two parameters. First is an array and second is a function. So what we will pass in this array, we will pass the value of the common property which are shared by all the routes which we will write within this function. Let's take an example of some routes which share the same prefix of admin. So let's add the prefix here and its value admin. So whichever route we will write here, like name or age, will automatically prefix this admin before the name and the age. Echo admin name here, and let's echo admin age here. Now let's run. If we run just the name here, it won't work. We got a 404. But if we prefix admin here, like so, see we got admin name and admin age. So we have grouped these two routes based on the prefix admin. So this admin will be prefixed before the route provided within this group. So like this we group the routes, and we can group the routes based on various properties such as name, middleware, prefix, namespace, etc. So friends, with this we have completed the basics of routing in Laravel. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did like the video, please like, share and subscribe our channel. In our next video we'll learn about the Laravel middlewares. Till then, take care and happy learning.